voice inside your head talking to you all the time, even if what it says is good and soothing and nice and still disturb time observing this mental voice. The first thing you will notice is that it never shuts up. When it's left to its own, it just talks. Imagine if you were to see someone walking around consistently talking to him or herself. You'd think it was strange, or he or her was crazy. You'd wonder if he's the one who's talking and he's the one who's listening. He's obviously the one that knows what's going on and to be said before he says it. So, what's the point? The same is true for the voice inside your head. Why is it talking? It's you who's talking, and it's you who is listening. And when the voice argues with itself, who is just arguing with you? Who could possibly win? It gets very confusing. Just listen. I think I should get married. No, you know you weren't ready for it. You'll be sorry. But I love him. Oh, come on. You felt that way about Tom. What if you had married Tom? If you watch carefully, you'll see that it's just trying to find a comfortable place to rest. It will change sides in a moment if that seems to help, but it doesn't even quiet down when it finds out that it's wrong. It simply just adjusts its point of view and keeps on. Pay attention, these mental patterns will become obvious to you. It's actually a shocking thing when you first notice that your mind is consistently talking. You might even try to yell at it in a feeble attempt to shut it up. But then you realize that the voice you're yelling at is the voice inside your head. Shut up, I want to go to sleep. Why do you have to talk all the time? Obviously you can't shut it up that way. The best way to free yourself from the instant chatter is to step back and view
incessant
chatter. To step back and view it objectively. Just view the voice as a vocalization mechanism that is capable of making it appear like someone is talking to you. Don't think about it, just notice it. No matter what the voice is saying, it's all the same, but it doesn't matter things, worldly things or spiritual things. It doesn't matter because it's all just a voice talking inside your head. In fact, the only way to get your distance from this voice is to stop differentiating what it's saying.
Differentiating.
Differentiating.
Do you know how to say it?
Differentiating. That doesn't even look like that.
Talks to me all the time.
Yeah. Differentiating.
It's spelled funny.
Differentiating. I think it's
There's
how it's
another
spelled.
T in there. Isn't that funny?
Let me see it.
Okay, hold on. It's right here. Differentiating. It's weird.
Differentiating.
I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Differentiating. There's a place on the web that will actually, if you go to look up a word, they'll actually pronounce it for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is why I like that
But it's like
site. Differentiating. It's like kind of hard to say.
Yeah, it's a weird word. It's one of those.
To differentiate. To differentiate. I mean, I've always had that problem all my life. One of the first words I couldn't say was algebra, and I had to say algebra, and then I started saying it, and it was like kind of like a chant after that because I would screw it up all the time. I still come across words like that I just, my tongue just doesn't do it.
Oh, some dishes and books were donated to us yesterday.
Dishes and books.
Yep.
Cool.
From my family.
All right.
Stop feeling.
Some construction books, some plumbing books.
This is the nice thing about this isn't a video where we're chattering over it. This is where you can either tell us to shut the fuck up, and until we do, you won't read. See?
Yeah.
Or
up.
you can go back to reading.
Stop feeling that one thing it says is you and the other thing it says is not you. If you're hearing it talk, it obviously is not you. You are the one who hears the voice. You are the one who notices that it's talking. You do hear it when it talks, don't you? Make it say hello. Right now.
Hello.
Say it over and over again a few times.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Good.
Yeah, how you
Now,
doing
now
today?
shout it inside. Can you hear yourself saying hello inside? I can.
I can't hear you say it.
Of course you can. There's a voice talking in there, and there is you who notices the voice talking. The problem is that it's easy to notice the voice saying hello, but it's difficult to see that no matter what the voice says, it's still just a voice talking and you're listening. There's obviously nothing that voice can say that is more you than anything else, it says. Suppose you were looking at three objects, a flower pot, a photograph, and a book, and then were asked, which of these objects is you? You'd say none of them. I'm the one who is looking at what you're putting in front of me. It doesn't matter what you put in front of me. It's always going to be me looking at it. You see, it's an act of a subject.
Did you read that one?
No.
No, I'm just wondering if it might actually work that as a group we could do that. It might be good to just alternate paragraphs. That gives each one of us practice on reading and each one of us doing. Where is it?
Up at the top over there. Top of
Here?
the page. Yes, sir.
There is nothing more. This one?
Yep.
Oh. You started with 3 words. Let's see. It's here. None of them. You see, it's an active subject perceiving various objects. This is also true of hearing the voice inside. Doesn't make any difference what it's saying. You are the one who is aware of it. As long as you think that one thing it's saying is you, but the other thing it's saying is not you, you've lost your objectivity. You may want to think of yourself as the part that says the nice things, but that's still the voice talking. You may like what it says, but it's not you. There is nothing more important to true growth than realizing you are not the voice of the mind. You are the one who hears it. If you don't understand this, you will try to figure out which of the many things the voice says is really you. People go through so many changes in the name of trying to find myself. They want to discover which of these voices, which of these aspects of their personality is who they really are. The answer is simple, none of them. Right there. You can read 1 or 2 depending on what you think.
If you watch it objectively, you will come to see that much of what the voice says is meaningless. Most of the talking is just a waste of time and energy. The truth is that most of life will unfold in accordance with forces far outside your control, regardless of what your mind says about it. It's like sitting down at night and deciding whether you wanting the sun to come up in the morning. The bottom line is the sun will not come up and the sun will go down. The sun will come up and the sun will go down. Billions of things are going on in the world. You can think about it all you want, but life is still going to keep on happening. In fact, your thoughts have far less impact on this world than you would like to think. If you're willing to be objective and watch all your thoughts, you will see that the vast majority of them have no relevance. They have no effect on anything or anybody except you. They are simply making you feel better or now what has gone on in the past or what might go on in the future. If you spend your time hoping that it doesn't rain tomorrow, you are wasting your time.
Right.
Your thoughts don't change the rain. You will someday come to see that there is no use for the incessant internal and constantly attempt to figure everything out. Consistently attempt to figure everything out. Eventually you will see that the real cause of the problem is not life itself, It's the commotion the mind makes about life that really causes problems.
And it's really very imaginative too.
It is. Sometimes I listen to it. Like
yeah.
when I'm working.
Oh, we all do. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's like.
You'll help me out.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on the voice because there's a distinction
does
there.
help me out once in a while.
There's the still small voices distinct from the chatter in the head. But if you're really into having your own way, meaning the ego's way, you'll follow the ego's advice. Whereas if you suspend and actually start to see the voice in your head, objective voice in your head, that allows the still truth. And then start becoming more aware of the still small voice that directs you rather than the voice in your like. Well, it's called the ego, basically.
Job of the bitch.
Yeah.
Initial
does this by process? Your current experience